figure things out. And one thing that Talk and Text has to do is they have to get down and play defense. Kung matitignan mo yung mga statistics natin dito sa PBA, in 3 games that they've played, they are the worst defending team so far.
So, which is very uncharacteristic. Hindi matutuwa ka nila staff dyan. Gusto nilang tunan ng pansin yung aspeto na yan ng kanilang laro. Unang posisyon sa ating laro goes to Global Port Batang Pier dahil natapik palabas ni Ryan Reyes at the jump ball. And ikaw nga nagsabi, yung huling laro ng Tropang sector, Gary David misses the first attempt in this ballgame. Na Mario West lang sila talaga eh. Mario West is splendid ballgame, 47 points. They couldn't control him, especially in that crucial stretch of the fourth quarter.
Well, there was just no stopping Mario West in that ballgame. But Talk and Text, they understand. They've been through a lot of battles. Yun ang kagandahan dito sa composition ng team na to. A lot of these guys have been there for a while, and they've also added some recruits. Guys like Sean Anthony, who's been a hard worker and played really well dun sa isang panalo nila this conference.
Tama, before sa huling laro nila, Sean Anthony was able to score 6 points and get 8 rebounds. Pero bago nun, after the first 2 ball games ng Tropang Texas, Sean Anthony was actually leading the league in local scoring with 22.5 points a game. So he's done his part in the early stages para ma-offset yung pagkawala ng mga Gilas players. Now they're back. They gotta show what they can do. Deo Campo, turnaround jumper doesn't go. Rebound, Markeith Cummings. Wala pang nakay-score dito. 45 seconds gone by in this ball game. Marvin Hayes passes over to Nabong. They're starting together with Mercado, Cummings, and Gary D. Mercado to the hole against Rabal Husseini. He gets the basket.
A small lineup for Global Port. When you look at it, it looks like they really want to be able to run because Global Port naman, kapag tinignan mo yung mga statistics sa team that doesn't really get too many fast break points, but they have a lot of good one-on-one players.
Isang tres ni Larry Fonasher, Sol Mercado, having a good conference once again as far as assists are concerned with almost 6 a game. Jumper ni Kelly Nabong, hindi pumasok yan. Kelly Nabong has been having a pretty good conference. He covered a couple of Global Port games wherein he's been able to pass underneath and get some good rebounds. Para rito kay Coach Junel Baculi, nakapukul na itong Talk and Text. Rabba Alusaini getting the first 2 points.
Kelly Nabong, the good thing about it is, ang trabaho niya, gusto niya mag-rebound lang, didepensa siya ng import or ng isang big man, and he's able to give the rest, much needed rest for guys like Jay Washington and even the import sometimes.
Outside shot, Markeith Cummings, di pumasok ang 3-point attempt. He's been able to hit a few 3-pointers in his first 3 games. Para naman natin, mas komportable si Markeith Cummings down there in the post or near the perimeter. Hayes able to tap that away. Nabong secures the leather. Global Port, they have a different attitude this conference. Markeith Cummings wants to take another 3. Bitin yan. And Ryan Reyes, laging pinag-uusapan niya yung bagong hairdo nitong hairstyle ni Ryan Reyes all the way to the basket for another 2 para sa Tropang Texas, which grabs the lead 4-2.
Talking about Ryan Reyes, he was the one who tried to defend Mario West in the last few plays, pero ganda lang talaga ng laro nitong si Mario West that Ryan Reyes did everything that he could. Mario West is still knocking down those shots.
Of course, hindi naman kilimutan yung maganda spin move dito si Mario West, which left Ryan Reyes almost falling down. A spin move to the basket para kay Mario West. There's a attempt from outside, pumasok for Global Port, but Larry Fonasher gets it right back.
I like how Coach Norman Black is starting out Larry Fonasher, trying to get him, you shorten that adjustment period. Yes, there is an adjustment, hindi dun sa conditioning, but dun sa yung maglalaro ka with your teammates, and of course, it's a little bit of a different system that they ran in Gilas. So that's something that they will have to be comfortable with again. Gary David on a 5 points now in the first quarter. Good start for him.
Getting all the way to the basket. Ito si Tony Mitchell, alam naman natin gano'ng ka-potent yan. We already got a glimpse of this guy's Commissioner's Cup when he came in to replace the much bigger Jordan. And he was the smallest import, ngunit umi-score pa rin sa mga 30s. Ito si Tony Mitchell in that stint of Talk and Text last conference. He gets back-to-back baskets. We know this guy can pile up the points.
Well, he definitely can pile up the points. In that last game against Meralco, there was a quarter there that he had 17. That was the second quarter. He was knocking down 3-point shots. And also, pagdating sa fast break, may mga highlights din itong si Tony Mitchell.
Here's Gary D. Feeling it early. Cummings in the paint. Goes up. Natapik ito si Rabah Lucena. You gotta credit him with that block. Ito si Ryan Reyes. Kicks it over to Fonacier. Sets his feet. Masyado malakas ang press. Hayes taps it over to Nabong.
Larry Fonacier tumingin pa kung nasa 3-point area siya.
Here's Marvin Hayes. Rookie ito. Ngayon lang sa third conference, pinasok yan sa lineup ng Global Port. So this is his fourth PBA game. Gary takes a three. Wide left, hits nothing but air. Was distracted by the good defense ng Tropang Texters.
Oh, you like how Larry Fonacier really tried to run after Gary David. Hindi niya tinigilan hanggat tumira itong si Gary David. Good defense always pays off.
Ryan Reyes, nakalibre ng konti. Shoots over Kelly Nabong. Bounces out yung kanyang tira. Ito si Marquis. The quick dribble. Avoiding the defense. Slamming into Ryan Reyes. Walang pito ang ating referee. Here's Tony Mitchell. We saw Tony Mitchell during warm-ups earlier as we see Kelly Nabong. Nabangga ito si Tony Mitchell. Yung nag-warm-up sila habang tumitira ng honest to goodness, mga perimeter shots, mga free throws, yung mga kakampi niya. Siya kung ano-anong trick shot ang ginagawa niya. Back to the basket, hook shot from the 3-point area. Ikalaro lang, loose na loose ang kanyang warm-up kanina. Ito si Tony Mitchell. Problema kasi dyan para sa Global Port, yung mga tira na yon minsan pumapasok sa totoong game para kay Tony Mitchell. Maraming trick shot na nagiging totoo dito sa ating mga tunay na laro.
Ini-ensayo niya yung degree of difficulty ng mga tirang maaari niyang ipakita sa laro.
Tama yun. Sa bagangat ito si Randy Del Ocampo, wala nang bolang dala. Tinamaan itong si Kelly Nabong. And that will be back-to-back personal scores against Kelly Nabong. That'll probably neuter him for a while. Should they'll only look perhaps to replace this big man early dahil dalawang foul na yan, maaga pa lang. Ito si Ranidel. Well, 1 out of 10 from the field last ball game out. Doms, very uncharacteristic. 2 points lang siya. Although na-contribute nga siya sa ibang departamento. 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Huge numbers for a guy in his position. Playing the 4. Pero, di ba, yung puntos niya yun yung inaasahan din sa kanya. Hindi niya nadala nung huling laro nila.
And he's running Del Campo. He's proven that he is the best big man or one of the best big men here in the PBA. So you expect a lot more from him.
Cummings gets into the paint right there and he hits that basket. First two ng import ng Global Port sa larong ito. 13-9, apat ang lamang nitong throw. Ranidel makes his move. Wants to finish at the rim. Wala yan. Rabah follow up. Hits that rim. The bounce pass. Hayes to the bucket para sa fast break layup using the left.
What a great pass by Sol Mercado finding Hayes. He was really waiting for that perfect opportunity bago niya ipasa yun.
Kaya ko rin yan. Offhand ko pa yun. Dahil si Marvin Hayes talagang kaliwete on one end. Tony Mitchell gets a lefty layup on the other.
Ganun yung mga ini-ensayo kanina ni Tony Mitchell.
Ganun Oh. The bid down to Cummings. The side jumper. Doesn't go. Nabong battling pero tatlong blue shirts. They get the ball. Ryan Reyes looking right, looking left. Decides to go all the way in for that fast break attempt. 17-11 lead stretches to 6 para sa Tropang Texters. Timeout is called by Global Port. Batang Pier. Tropang Texters going on a run. Running as fast as they can and every opportunity grabbing a 6-point lead. Back at the Mall of Asia Arena just a while ago. Drive all the way to the basket. Ryan Reyes. That's a Photon strong drive brought to you by Photon. Empower your business.
You know, we were talking about Talking Text stepping it up on defense. So far, half of the quarter is done and they've only allowed 11 points for Global Port. So they're pretty much on target because if you look at the average of Talking Text dun sa kanilang huling tatlong laro, they've been giving up over 100 points. So that's something that really they need to work on.
Over 100 points yan, no, Talking Text. Parang hindi mo masabi yun dati in the past few conferences para sa Tropang Texters.
Charlie, hindi lang over 100 na 101. 107 points.
Oo, kaya nga. Cummings, bigyan ng kanyang layup, tapikan ng bola. And the white shirts will keep it. Sabi ng ating baseline referee. Fresh 24.
Double down!
Para dito sa Global Port. Gary David coming off that curl. The jumper. Bounces out para sa kanya. Rabah Lucena controls under all sorts of pressure. Taps it over to Marvin Hayes. Who gets the basket? Yan ang delikado ron, Dos, when you save that ball or you try to pass it near the basket of the opponent, di ba? May chance ang makuha nila yan, si basket. Uy, muntik na naman. Ito si Tony Mitchell had an alley-oop back dunk noong huling laro nila. Ito, muntik na naman mag-highlight play. Bitin yun, pero the ball stays with the Tropang Texters.
Well, that's a good timeout by Global Port. They were able to get, even if they didn't get that shot that they wanted initially, they didn't give up. They still got the 2 points that they needed.
Si Rabah Husseini seems to have found a comfort zone dito sa Tropang Texas. Ano naman natin, you know, he transferred.
He played for Coach Norman Black, so kabisado ni Coach Norman yan. Won a number of championships in college with Coach Norman Black.
Pero tingin ko nga, that's one of the reasons na Tropang Texas were very willing to receive Rabah Husseini sa kanilang koponan dahil alam nga nila, Norman Black brought out the best in Rabah Husseini nasa UAE pa sa Ateneo. Itong si Rabah Husseini. Kung kaya naman, it looks like they're, you know, flicking once again. Husseini has been starting ball games and being efficient from the perimeter and the low post. Nabong goes over to Gary once again. Gahanap ng opening si Gary David. He's trapped. Kicks it out. Marquise Cummings. Cummings in the paint. Goes up strong. Drops it over to Hayes. Ito si Marvin Hayes. Benefiting from that great move.
I like how everybody's alert on Global Port. Kapag nasaraduhan ng lane yung isa, they're looking for the open man and still getting the shot up.
3-point attempt is long. Lead pass, Sol Mercado. Masyado malakas para kay Marquise Cummings.
After that timeout of Global Port, mapapansin mo nag-iba yung energy level nitong Global Port. And that's what you want as a coach. Junel Bakuli, you know, you want to stop a run and make a run of your own. So far, they're on a 4-0 run.
Tony Mitchell trying to force it. Walang tawag ang ating referee. Eto na. Global Port wants to attack, perhaps tie this game. Gary D takes it, and it bounces out once again. Alam mo, it's been a little off talaga yung shooting niya ever since the FIBA Asia Championship. He did hit a game winner last time out. Larry gets that on the break.
I want to share one guy when Sel mentioned it that still wants to get his confidence going in today's ball game. Definitely looks like he's starting out on the right foot.
Here's Sol Mercado going into the lane, looking for a call. Marvin Hayes takes it from the side. Masyado malakas yan. Rebound po na share. Here's Jason Castro. And Gary David ang kanyang kakampi. Just last month. Fouls to prevent any drive from the blur. And ito parang gusto magpalit ng tao talaga si Norman Black. You see guys about to come in. You got Ali Pick and Aaron Allen waiting on the officials table. Tinawagan mula sa bench ng Global Port ng warning for improper bench decorum.
That was on team manager Eric Ariola.
Tropang Texters call a timeout with 3 minutes and 2 seconds remaining dito sa ating first quarter, with the Tropang Texters leading by 4 points. Ngayon, Tropang Texters turning it on once again. Of course, with its change of personnel coming out of this timeout, Doms, nakikita natin iba din ang opensa nitong Tropang Texters.
Well, expect them to run a little bit more and to try drive to the basket a little bit more when you have Sean Anthony and Aaron Aban right there.
Right
Welcome
there, getting
gift.
hit. Oh.
Welcome gift. Hello.
Diba? Natamahan agad si Aaron Aban, barely 2 seconds into the ball game. Free throws agad yan para kay Aaron Aban. Tira natin kung makaka-apekto yung tama sa kanyang mukha. And you know, you see that lineup. Obviously, Norman Black was seeing na medyo kulang siguro sa rebounds itong Tropang Texters. Puts a guy like Ali Pick in there. Sean Anthony as well, who's been rebounding very well para sa Tropang Texters after coming over from Barako Bull between conferences.
Well, aside from them lacking a little bit of rebounding, it's also on the, you know, about the 3-minute mark. The guys have been playing about 9 minutes already. So, nagsimula itong si Raba, nagsimula itong si Larry Fonasher, opting to rotate his players already here in the first quarter. Trying to keep that energy level going because after that timeout of Global Port, nalampasan yung kanilang energy level.
Sol Mercado bounces it over to Marquise Cummings. 9 seconds on that shot. Import. Cummings hits the jumper over mid.
4 points for Marquise Cummings. You know, Cummings, a guy that seems like he's really fit in with Global Port. Nung una, nakita natin, you know, he's a good scorer, but now he's looked like he's settled into that role that he's not really looking for his shot every single time.
Anthony kicks it over to Aban. Aban's jumper from the right side. 4 quick points off the bench para kay Aaron Aban.
Looks like a 3-point shot by Aaron Aban.
Yes ba yun? So, 5 points off the bench para kay Aaron Aban. In about a minute and
Pagkatapos
a half.
matapik yung mata.
Yun na nga, tinamaan na nga sa mukha eh. Not a problem. And Aaron Aban, good defense as well on Gary David. Ball goes back to the blue shirts of Tropang Texas. Ito si Aaron Aban has the tendency to do that even under Coach Todd Reyes in the past. Na papasok yan off the bench, you know, he's hardly used in some games. Pagpasok niya, pag kick out sa kanya, jumper, pasok lagi. Ito si Aaron Aban, very reliable.
Oh, one thing you know when that happens is this guy works on his shot in practice.
Saka laging handa eh, no? Pag nabunot siya off that bench, he's willing to take that shot and he makes it a lot of times. Sean Anthony hustling para ma-retain yung retain yung possession para dito sa Tropang Texters. A minute and a half remaining in the first. Nice feed! Astro to Mitchell.
That's happened a couple of times for Talk and Text when they isolate up top and then nasa corner yung kanilang import. Pag drive, whatever side, left or right, he cuts to the basket and he's gotten lucky twice.
Angat na sa siyam ang lamang ng Talk and Text. 26-17. Approaching the 1 minute mark. Jay Wash takes a 3. Masyado malakas yan. Rebound. Aaron Aban. Tony Mitchell up ahead to Sean Anthony. Anthony wants to get the baseline. Malabas muna. Anthony makes his move. Castro this time. The looper. Wala yan. Tapi ka ng bola. Who's gonna get it? Ali Peak. A second to go on that shot clock. Tony Mitchell takes it almost at half court. Almost makes it. Hits the rim. Ito si Willie Miller. He's the best player in that last ball game para sa Global Port. And agad-agad nagpakita ng kanyang spin move. To elude the defense and a foul is called.
I like how Mick Oli and Coach Frankie Lim put it. Walang kupas.
Oh, eh.
Itong si Willie Miller.
Still thrilling fans after all these years. Every so often, a splendid performance, gets a victory para sa kanyang komponent, tapos best player of the game na naman siya. Cummings all the way to the rim para sa dalawa. You know, let's go back to Willie Miller. We mentioned it many times. You know, his team hasn't been winning much. You see Lingana steal that ball. Pero when they do, he's always in the thick of things as far as being best player of the game.
Well, definitely, he's always a crucial peg for Global Port when they are in the race for a win.
So si Rudy Linganay over to Jay Wash, decides to take another 3. It rolls out, 0 for 2 from 3-point line. But Linganay says, I don't want to lose that ball. Pero naubusan ng oras si Rudy Linganay. Credited with 2 steals bago natapos ang ating first quarter. Good hustle. But still his team trails by 7. Tropang Texters doing very well. Tony Mitchell being spectacular as usual. And Marvin Hayes playing well in the first quarter para sa Global Port. Ngunit ang Tropang Texters ang nangunguna ng 7 puntos sa pagtatapos ng ating first quarter.
You're watching PBA here on IBC 13, and even if Talk and Text is leading against Global Port, ang mga Batang Pier, they're off to a good start. But the team believes that their top 3 spot is not yet sustainable, even if they have offensive players. They think that they want to prioritize defense first. And because they have very emotional star players, they want to use that emotion more on the positive side. Let's go to Charlie and Dominic.
Thanks a lot, Sel. Pag Global Port yung maaga pa sa ating torneo. Nasa number 3 spot sila. Ngunit yun na nga maaga man, konti lang naman ang elimination round games. So they've already, this is like almost halfway para sa Global Port. This is their 4th ball game out of 9 elimination round games. And you really just want to get into that top 8 and then not just get kicked out right away after the first 9 games. Kung nasa 9 and 10th position ka, goodbye ka na agad.
Well, first you want to get to top 8, but then you shorten it a little bit more, top 4, because yung top 4 teams will get a twice to beat advantage.
Pero game at a time nga, ika nga ni Coach Junel Baculi. Good so far after 3 games, 2-1. Jay Wash Hands it over to Lingana. Takes the jumper just inside the three-point line. Di pumasok yan. Aaron Aban, another rebound. Jason Castro.
Tokentek's able to get those rebounds, but sometimes getting sloppy and turning the ball over after that rebound.
Kaya nga, parang nangangapa ang Tokentek. That's something na hindi natin naisip na masasabi natin tungkol sa Tokentek dahil parang efficient yung makina nitong kupunan na ito for so many conferences in a row. And then now you see them, you have terms from Randy Del Ocampo na nag-readjust ako, tapos nangangapa pa si ganito, tapos may, di ba? They're feeling each other out. And that's something very uncharacteristic para dito sa Tropang Texters. And a lot of their fans are getting restless dahil sa mga ganong klaseng moment na bakit hindi tayo bumukpok the way we used to? But I guess you gotta put things in proper perspective, don't?
Well, definitely there have been changes in Tokentex, but one thing about Tokentex is they're always there fighting. They're always one of the top teams dito sa PBA. Sometimes, when you set the bar really high and you don't get there, syempre, yung mga fans, yung mga supporters naghahanap. Just like when you've won, X amount of championships, anything less than a championship is not good enough.
That's right. Pero ngayon, doing enough to lead by 10 at this point. 10:46 remaining sa ating first half. 29-19. They're saying that they're not playing that well yet they're up by 10. Global Port trying to come back. Jay Wash gets his own miss. Sean Anthony namumulit, pero Jay Wash retains it. Hits the board, and Anthony picks it up. Tumatakbo na naman ang Blue Shirts. Castro kicks it over to Aban. Balik kay Castro, bukas mula sa 3. Bitin yan, rebound, Aban. Taps it over to Kerry, who saves it to the wrong guy. Ito si Willie Miller, shoves it over to Marquis. Marquis makes his move, absorbs the contact from Anthony. Walang pigo, pero magok ang dalawa.
You gotta give the hustle of Sean Anthony, Harvey Carey, and Aaron Aban on defense. Even if Global Port still made that 2 points, yung depensa nandun.
Castro. It over to Anthony. Anthony the bounce pass to Harvey. Harvey wants to go baseline. Drops it over to Aban. Aban masyadong malakas ang layup. Jay Wash gets the rebound, gets clipped. Looks like it's going to be called on Aaron Aban. Pangalawa ni Aaron Aban yan. So a chance for Global Port to close this 8-point gap. Rudy Lingana getting the primary backup minutes at the point guard slot. Early on, it was JP Belenchon getting minutes at that number 1 spot para kay Coach Junel Baculi. But Lingana has broken into that rotation. He hits a basket after getting an offensive rebound.
Because of plays like that, he doesn't give up. He's not really initiating anything for himself when it talks about the offense. Pero pag nakakuha siyang offensive rebound, nagpo-force siya ng mga turnovers, kaya nadadagdagan ng minuto ni Rudy Lingana.
Castro directing the offense. Ali Peak comes for the pick, but he doesn't use it. They go over to Sean Anthony. 1 second to go on that shot clock. He takes it just in the nick of time. Hits the rim. And Harvey Carey keeps it alive. Throws it off. Rudy Lingana. And they're debating over whether he threw it while he was still in the right place. Pero on the outside na raw yata si Harvey Carey. Ay, hindi. Mukhang they're gonna keep it. Yun.
He was outside.
Rudy Lingana nasa labas. Binato sa kanya dito si Harvey Carey. At natawagan ng technical foul ang Global Port. Batang Pier. Dahil doon sa reaction yata ng bench. Doon sa play na yon. And nasa free throw line ngayon for a technical free throw si Jason Castro.
The technical foul is on Romel Adukul, part of the coaching staff.
Assistant coach Romel Adukul na, di ba? So Tropang Texters retain possession on the good save mula rito kay Harvey Carey. Nobody wants to inbound the ball. Castro have to run over to pick it up. Ryan Reyes ang tumanggap. 15 seconds on that shot clock. Castro bumoposte. Kick out to Ryan Reyes. Spin move in the lane. Wanted to pass to Raba, who turned his back. Jay Wash picks it up. Dito kay Lingana, he gets the baseline, strong move to the basket. Rudy Lingana over Raba Al-Husseini.
4 points now for Rudy Lingana, just changing the intensity for Global Port.
Castro agad naman sumagot. From the left side, hitting with the right.
Sabi ni Jason Castro, Rudy, kung mabilis ka, mas mabilis ako.
Tama yun. small guys doing so many great things so far sa ating komperensya. You know, of course, there's Eman Montfort from Barako. Jai Reyes played well in the first 2 games itong Tropang Texters. Linganay's jumper doesn't go. Ito si Harvey Carey with the rebound. Ryan Reyes to Jason Castro. And you read those names and you're saying, wow, what a strong team Roman Black has. The ball goes out of bounds as Carey hits the deck. Tignan natin yung play ito. Rudy Linganay all the way to the rim, partner. Sinagot naman ni Jason Castro Williams.
Right away, Jason Castro trying to get it back. That's how quick he is.
Buwapos si J.W. Sean Anthony nakabantay. The bounce inside to Chad Alonso. Alonso goes up strong. Another basket over Rabah Al-Husseini. You can see the frustration in Rabah Al-Husseini's face. He's right there to block it, pero hindi lang niya naaabutan.
So especially because yung huling mga tira nasa harapan niya. Nandun siya, sumusubok na dumipensa but not able to stop those shots.
Tony Mitchell's 3 doesn't go. Rebound, John Dan Salvador nakakuha. You look at this front line in global court. You got guys like John Dan Salvador, Chad Alonso, undersized for those front court positions, but guys who really fight for the ball.
And guys who are very solid and strong and heavy. But the defense so far of Talking Tex having some miscommunication. Lahat ng puntos ng global court, the last 6 or 8 points have been from the inside on the right side. So dun may butas para dito sa Talking Tex.
Harapin ni Mark Mugen-Striegel, si The Beast, Jang Yong Kim, para sa featherweight title of September 14, 8 p.m. in Ares Sports Arena in Pasig City. Buy your tickets now. Mapapanood din sa Action TV ito sa September 15 at 9 p.m. And with 7:04 remaining here in the first half, Global Port goes on a run to cut what was once a 10-point lead down to just 3. Tropang Texas, napatawag ng tama, Toms.
Alam mo, nakakainis pa doon para kay Rabah Al-Husseini. Nung first quarter, 2 yung supalpal niya. Tapos, nung huli, hindi niya maabutan, but looks like they're able to talk about that and see what kind of adjustment they will do.
Good play coming off that timeout. Mag-isa si Larry Bonasier. Muntik na nga sa 3 seconds kakasenyas niya sa kanyang kakampi. Napasahan siya doon and they got it. Ang dalawa si Larry to stretch the lead back to 5 and Bonasier. Rather, Ryan Reyes steals that ball in the air and pass. Tries to go behind his back and Chad Alonso steals it right back. Lead pass to J.W. J.W. loses it. Saves it over to Ranidel. Napapasahan to the wrong guy. Ito dalawang kapura na to. Bonasier goes over to Tony Mitchell and he throws it away. What a sequence.
Turnover after turnover, then another turnover for the other team. And another turnover.
Sabi ni Tony Mitchell, relax lang muna. Let's slow it down a bit. Everybody, get back into your element. Mitchell, nahihirapan i-handle yung bola. Dropped it a couple of times. 6 seconds on that shot clock ng Tropang Texas. Ranidel, mabarito kay Rabah. Look sa mata clock, takes the jumper. Wala na naman para kay Rabah Al-Husseini. Willie Miller pushing it up for Global Port. Miller on the baseline, tries to go to Linganay, and Linganay steps on the line.
Turnover.
Mga 5, 6 kasunod na turnover. Itong dalawang
3
kapalan.
each.
Not the prettiest series.
Lalo na yung mga turnover ng mga pasa. Malalayo yung pasa eh.
Babasa ng mga defenders, yung mga agis mula sa backcourt. Ito si Chad Alonso. Getting physical, Alonso and Tony Mitchell.
Well, Tony Mitchell has been complaining about the intensity of Chad Alonso, but that's what Chad Alonso is there for.
And
Play physically and pahirapan talaga siya.
what do you think? It's straight up defense. Shot here and there. At second motion pa si Chad Alonso after the initial 2 bumps. Technical foul ang tinawag kontra kay Chad Alonso, former Adamson Falcon.
That's a right call by the referees. That's a second motion because pagkatapos na ng pito.
Which gifts Tropang Texters with a technical free throw by Larry Fontaine. So 6 na ulit ang lamang ng Tropang Texters and they have the ball with 14 seconds on their shot clock.
Well, even if he's gotten a technical foul, if you're Coach Jonel Baculi and Global Port, okay lang because naiintindihan mo, nakikita mo that Alonso is getting under the skin of Tony Mitchell.
So this is is an intense game. These two teams are really going at it. Kita mo naman yung subok ni Sol Mercado para tapikin lang yung bola palabas on that play. He lunged forward and hit the deck. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 5:31 remaining sa ating first half. Wanna share finds Ryan Reyes. They go to Ranidel. Makes his move from the outside. Spins in. One fake goes up. Hinawakan na lang ni J-Wash. 2 free throws para kay Ranidel.
J-Wash making sure that Ranidel will not get 2 points, trying to earn it from the line. But that's what we were talking about. Ranidel being one of the best big men here in the PBA. Ang kagandahan pa dito kay Ranidel, may depensa siya. He can drive, he can shoot from the outside. He has great post moves. The best thing about his game, yung kanyang footwork.
Galing nga footwork itong mamang to. When he was still with the Air 21 franchise a few years ago, nakikita mo na he was developing yung kanyang low post supremacy over yung mga nakabantay sa kanya. And he's taking it to another level dito sa talk and text. Kahit sa international, naloloko niya yung mga big men ng mga kung ano-anong koponan doon sa FIBA Asia. Yung mga sudden scoop shots niya underneath na walang katalon-talon. Ito si Ranidel de Ocampo, really just one of the best in the land right now. Alonso binaba kay John Dunn. 5-second shot clock. John Dunn goes baseline, shoves it over to Chad Alonso. To Markeith. 2 seconds to go on that shot clock. Markeith jumper finds the mark.
Cummings now with 10 points, and his 10 points have been easy and steady.
Walang out of rhythm na tira. Ito si Ryan Reyes over to Larry for a share. Larry on that drive kicks it out to Tony Mitchell for 3. Bounces in.
First 3-point shot of Tony Mitchell for this ball game, and it was like a sigh of relief when it all of a sudden just knocked down.
11 points para kay Tony Mitchell. John Dunn Salvador posting up Raba. Spins, turnaround jumper para kay John Dunn. That's the specialty of John Dunn Salvador.
One of the heavier big guys here in the PBA. When I say heavy, mabigat, marunong siya mag-urong ng mga players.
At ang hirap niyang urungin. But no less than Dorian Peña told me one time, big Dorian Peña, na isa sa pinakamalakas na low post defender. Ito si John Dunn Salvador. And on the miss of Willie Miller, Tony Mitchell tracks it down and fouled in the backcourt. John Dunn called for the personal.
Gary David for Willie Miller. Marvin Hayes for Chad Alonso.
Ito, pumasok na ulit ito si Gary David. Replacing Willie Miller. We have more on Gary David mula kay Cel Guevara.
We want more from Gary David. I am sure yan ang sigaw ng mga fans ni El Granada, pero hindi dinidibdib ni Gary David ang pressure to score more. Well, I'm sure Gary doesn't want to play stress, right, Gary?
Walang stress dapat kay Gary David. But, you know, the thing with Gary is that he hit that winning shot last time, Dom. As you see the battling inside para sa basket, and Ranidel missing the point-blank shot. Eh si Gary, he's not gonna stop shooting, diba?
Well, the good thing about David is, like right there, ang maganda sa attitude na yun, hindi siya nape-pressure na kailangan niyang tumira pa nang wala sa forma. Meaning, he will not force his shots. Alam niya na dadating yun. And he knows that his teammates will still look for him.
Tama yun. Ibang level kasi yung galing ito si Gary David. Just in some sort of mini slump perhaps. That 3 might get him going. Ryan Reyes scoops it up. Wala yan. Raba, Marvin Hayes tapigan ng bola. Ball will stay with the blue shirts. Timeout called on the floor by the Global Port Batang Pier. Gary David hitting the 3 to cut the lead down to just 3 points, 39-36. Well, sa Action TV International, enjoy mga fans natin dito. Getting some freebies during the timeouts as Global Port strategizes kung paano sila makakabalik. Well, actually, after a 10-point deficit, they've got it down to just 3. And a good sign, of course, Gary David has already 8 points in the ball game, Tom.
Well, if you try to dissect the second quarter, they were down by 7 at the start of the second quarter. And there was a point in that second quarter na turnover after turnover for both teams. So, no team really getting in control of this quarter. If you're Global Port, this is where you want to make your move. You're 4 points more. Dito sa quarter na to, you've scored 17. Talk and Text only has 13. And even your defense has improved because Talk and Text is shooting 20% from the field.
That raises that percentage a bit. Ito si Sean Anthony, ganda ng kanyang layup to the basket coming off the timeout. Sol Mercado Nahanap si Jordan sa poste. Jordan looking for cutters. Decides to go in. Good double mula kay Sean Anthony. But they lose the ball to Saul Margano, who strolls in for that layup. Gary passes sa loob. Punta kay Raba Lusaini. Some distraction mula kay Gary David. Ang ball around at kami palabas kay Gary David. The ball stays with TNT as Ryan Reyes goes to the bench. Jason Castro ang pumalit sa kanya. Larry versus Gary. I'm sure they went at it a lot during practice ng FIBA. Gilas Pilipinas, bitin ang ang 3-point attempt ni Sean Anthony. Gary David able to get it. Takes it from 3-point land. No go as Raba rips it down. Under 2 minutes remaining just at the first half. Mitchell, bagsak silang dalawa ni Marvin Hayes, and Hayes called for the personal.
Tony Mitchell not really getting his going just yet. 11 points for Mitchell, but he's been having a hard time. Wala siyang clear lane to the basket. Yung puntos niya, 3 points. At kanina, yung dalawang layup niya, isang dunk galing sa assist. So he was a cutter.
Nasa linya siya ngayon para sa dalawang free throws. Alam mo, just goes to show you the difficult life of a PBA import donka. Tinan mo, kanina, Chad Alonso, physical kay Tony Mitchell, got called for a technical for a third bump after the whistle had been called. Dito si Marvin Hayes, nag-get tied up, pagsakta naman si Tony Mitchell, slow to get up. And if you even look at other games natin, a guy like Zach Graham, the high-scoring import ng Air 21, kahapon sa laban nila kontra sa Raiders, nagpapalitan ba naman magbantay sa kanya? Gabe Norwood at si Jaire Ibanez, two of the best in the land. He's limited him to his conference low 18 points. Ang hirap ng buhay ng mga imports na ito dahil marked man talaga sila.
You're definitely a marked man right from the moment you get in to that court.
It's a 3-pointer in front of share. The shove all the way to Marvin Hayes. Goes up strong. Kontra rito kay Raba Al-Husseini as Hayes bumps into our baseline referee. Aking foul. Raba Al-Husseini, kanyang unang personal. And Hayes goes to the line. Hayes had a good productive first quarter with 6 points.
Hayes really there in Global Port because of what he brings to the table. He's able to bring in that energy na hinahanap ng Global Port. When he comes off the bench or even when he starts, ganun pa rin yung energy na binibigay ni Hayes. And that's why Coach Janelle Maguli has been giving him a number of minutes. Minutes maybe other teams would not have given him, but because of what Coach Janelle has seen him, and yung pinuprove niya game in and game out, that he deserves those minutes.
Getting extended minutes to feel Marvin Hayes. Marami nga nagtatanong nung mag-umpisa ang ating konferensya, sino ba yan? As Sean Anthony Tropang Texas, especially for 6. May nagtanong mga sa akin, sino ba yung import ng Global Port? Yung Cummings ba o yung Hayes? Sabi yung Hayes, JRU yan, diba? NCAA star data yan. Ito, sabitan ng tao. Markeith Cummings and Sean Anthony hitting the deck. Markeith not liking the physicality going on. Panoorin natin pero may pag-feed ni Markeith Cummings eh. They hit the floor with the front partner. Boom. Those are the things you feel the next day.
Well, definitely you will feel that tomorrow morning.
Markeith Cummings, strong move to the bucket. He gets it. Chance for the 3-point play. And you knew he wanted that eh. Diba dun sa bagsak nila a while ago ni Sean Anthony, hinihingi niya yung bola. Gusto niyang challenge at defense on the Brewers.
Wanting to prove a point, using his quickness, one little fake, going to the basket, helped by Al-Husseini, still getting the 2 points.
Napuna mo nga sa huling mga laro ng Global Port. Pag nakasensa yung dalawang paa na talon na ganun, he's really strong going up. As he misses the free throw, fails to complete the 3-point play. Apat ang inahabol ng Global Port. Itong Tropang Texters maintaining that lead. Tony Mitchell decides to take it dahil nahulog ito si Marvin Hayes. Sayang, sabi niya, nagdulas kasi ako.
Well, he lunged at that basketball. Mitchell able to recover his feet, getting that 3-point shot.
Saul wanted it back pero mintis ang kanyang 3-point attempt. Tony Mitchell. Pinalik muna kay Castro ang bola. 4-second differential or 3-second differential game clock at saka shot clock. Napatawag ng timeout. 30-second variety. So si Jason Castro sa pagtawid niya sa timeline, Of course, Coach Norman wants to set something up to stretch this lead bago mag-halftime.
I really like what Jason Castro's doing, going to his teammates, trying to pep them up, showing something he's probably learned with that Gilas experience, something he's learned from Jimmy Alapag. Wala nga pa to si Jimmy Alapag sa talk and text, pero ang ganda nung pinapakita ni Jason na hindi lang scoring, na hindi lang siya yung papasahan mo at siyang score, but also taking in the cudgels of trying to keep his team all together on the same page.
Well, obviously, he is the lead guard of the future. He's not the present already para rito sa Tropang Texas. Alapag has been the main man at the points for many years. Ngunit alam naman natin, ganun talaga. Pag tumagal na ang panahon, medyo nag-iiba-iba. Although, Alapag, my gosh, performance ng FIBA age, especially against South Korea, was just phenomenal, Doms, and we all thank him for that, of course, for hitting those cold-blooded three-pointers. Pero Jason Castro has found his place in this league. Sean Anthony nahihirapan ipasok ang bola. Naagaw na nga ni Markeith Cummings. Imagine coming off that timeout. They go to Gary D, who finishes on the break.
Turnover by Talk and Text. Global Port making them pay right away. Kita mo yung aggressiveness ng Global Port. Ilan yung nakababa to get that fast break.
Pero baka makahuling hirit pa ang Tropang Texters dito. Castro, nasa kanya ang bola. He takes the jumper from 3. He rims it, and at the half, Tropang Texters keep the lead by 5, 49-44. Pero ang Global Port hindi nagpapaiwan after the first 24.